Welcome back. I have a new stamp and die set from Simon Hurley and Spellbinders. That's right. So this is kind of cool collaboration. We have the Simon Hurley stamps, and Spellbinders has made matching dies. So you can see here that the dies go along with everything, except for the sentiments, which is cool because the sentiments you can just cut out. And if the sentiments look familiar to you, they match, look at that, the hot foil sentiments. So I am guessing that if you line these up, so there's one extra one on the hot foil die, and you make yourself a little template with the hot foiling plate, you actually could stamp and cut these out at the same time. So we might test that theory. So these I've already hot foiled. I also took the new Geo Snowflakes Glimmer plate, which is Simon Hurley's and Spellbinders, and I've already hot foiled all of these backgrounds, and then of course hot foiled the sentiments. So these are ready to go. So I thought we would play with these stamps and make some Christmas cards. So I'm going to move the dies out of the way for just a second. And let's do some stamping. So these are kind of cool. These are called halftone holiday, and you can see that the shadowing and the highlights are already done for you. So these should look pretty neat when we stamp them out. I'm going to bring in my waffle flower mat just so it gives us a little give when we're stamping. Excuse me. Bring in some cardstock here. Now I'm using my CP inks, but of course you could use any inks that you have. Ta-da! Look how beautiful that is. Now I'm going to stamp this again. We'll do it on another piece of paper. I also have this kind of pine sprig, and there are pine cones. Beautiful. It's very realistic looking. And of course, you could definitely go in and add some additional coloring with color pencils or markers if you wanted to. You don't have to. We have some holly leaves, right? And some berries. Let's stamp a few of these out. Now, because this is a brand new stamp set, some of my ink is starting to pull up and not take it. So if that happens to you, whenever you have a new photopolymer set, clean your stamps. Where that ink starts to pull up and resist, you want to clean your stamps really well. Sometimes the manufacturing process, there's like a how can I explain it? There's a chemical that is designed, it's like a non-stick chemical so that they don't stick in they're the release agent from the molds. And so sometimes that happens, and then you can just clean them off, take your finger, rub them off. Sometimes you can take an eraser and just kind of gently rub over them with an eraser. And then I also like to use clear sticky ink like Versamark. There we go. Versamark before I actually stamp the ink on it. So if you have clear photopolymer stamps, this works actually really well on silicone stamps, because silicone stamps are notorious for not accepting ink. They're lesser quality stamp, and a lot of foreign companies, you know, if you buy stamps off of AliExpress and stuff like that, you're going to get those cheaper quality silicone stamps. They don't stamp as good. So photopolymer stamps, you only have to do this the first time. Ooh, don't drop your ink pad. And then you'll notice that it accepts the ink much better when you go in the second time. So let's see how we do here. As I have ink all over my hands now. Oops, didn't press down hard enough on that one. I don't like how dark that is, so we're going to try that again. I'm going to flip this over. And let's do the spruce. Much better. Still did not get even pressure on this one. Let's move that one and do it separately. But that coloring looks much better. There we go. All right, let's do, we have 2 pine cones. And again, all of these have dies except for the sentiments. And if you got the hot foil sentiments, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they should work. We'll test them out here in a second. And we have some ornaments here. Excuse me, still fighting my cold. Oh, now I have ink everywhere. Suede shoes. Now you don't have to cut these out, but I'm going to cut them out and put them on with the those backgrounds we made. The Geo Snowflakes background. See that halftone already has the shadows and highlights in there. That's pretty cool. Let's do one more of these. Green. Okay guys, I'm going to pause the video. Oh wait, I want to show you one more thing before I do. I'm going to die cut these off camera. You don't need to see me die cut. But I wanted to do the sentiments. So if you got the Glimmer sentiments, which have the die, so they're called Joyful Christmas. This is where the die comes. I've already die cut them out because I hot foiled them. We should be able to use this as a template. This is the leftover, right? And I'm going to bring my mini Misty in. Oh, excuse me. Wasn't fast enough to hit the mute button. Alright, so I'm going to put my paper in here. I'm going to line my template up, and I want to make sure that I am not upside down. And it's all but one. So there are 4 sentiments. So let me see if I can line these up correctly. So the first one is Happy Holidays. See what I'm doing here? Look at it fits in there perfectly. Oh, this is great. The second one is Deck the Halls. Third is Merry Christmas. And fourth is Joy to the World. So the only one you don't get is Season's Greetings. So once I have these lined up, I can stick them to my Misty lid. Now I can take my template out of there. And do my Versamark. And I think I'll just do these in black for now. Where did I throw my magnet? All right, Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas stamped. Okay, so I'm just going to take those off of here. Those stamps are a little higher in depth, which is why the other 2 stamps are not stamping. So we're going to remove them. We're going to re-ink these other 2 guys. See that? Sometimes that happens during the manufacturing process. Some stamps come out a little higher, some are a little lower. All right, but I want to see if these will cut, and then I'll cut the other ones. So now, ideally, and if you did not see the new pink extended cutting plates, oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, I love this color. They're like neon hot pink. Talk about great flashback to the 80s. These are a little longer as well. Now what I normally do is keep one as a cutting plate and one as a clear plate on top. Just to show you, they are slightly longer. So here is a regular cutting plate. Just a little bit. It looks like about an inch longer than the regular cutting plate. Okay, so I'm going to leave the regular one that's already cut up on the bottom because I don't want to cut into the new ones yet. And I'm going to tape this into place. And look, it does line up, you guys. Yay! Happy, happy, happy. Let me grab a little piece of washi tape here. So, haha, Spellbinders does give you dies. You just got to figure out how to get them. And that would be get into hot foiling. All right, I'm going to try to line these up as best as I can. Probably could have did a little bit better job at seating them. I think that's pretty close. Pretty close. We're going to try this. Let's see how well we do. I think only the bottom one's going to get cut off, and we're going to use this top plate just because it's pink. All right, pretty good. A little bit offline, but not too bad. All right. Okay, guys, I have my Geo Snowflakes hot foil plate backgrounds. I have my sentiments. Some are hot foiled, some are stamped. And I have my halftone holidays stamped images and die cutouts. Everything just needs to be assembled now. So this should go pretty quickly. Just grab a background. I'm going to straighten this because when I half foiled it a little crooked. So I always do these a little larger, 5.5 by 4 1/4. So I'm going to try to cut it as straight as I can here. And then cut it down to 5 1/4 by 4. And I cut a little off of each side. So now it's straight. So let's do a couple of those. And again, just like this one, you can do some ink blending. do one of these reverse foiled ones. Okay, so now these are straight, cut down to 5 1/4 by 4, and it's just a matter of assembling what we have. And remember, because we stamped these out with a dye-based ink, you can go back in with your alcohol markers and color over them, and they won't move. So with dye-based ink, you can use alcohol markers, and with solvent inks, you can use like color pencils or dye-based markers. I'm just going to add a little bit of color to these. And again, they did a great job at making these already shadowed and highlighted, so I don't have to do a whole bunch of coloring here. It's already done by the stamp. Look at how easy it is to color that in. And take a little bit of brown. This will look pretty with some gel markers or glitter markers as well. So, uh-oh, my dog got caught on something. I think one of the kids spooked him. This poinsettia will be nice stamped a couple of times and then layered. Die cut and layered it and popped it up. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, so you guys get the idea. And then it's just a matter of layering these, adding sentiments. And putting a card together. Now there is a long thread that you can stamp and cut out for these ornaments as well. I didn't do that, but that is part of this set. And there is a die. You can see how easy it is for these to come together. Alright, so hopefully that gives you guys some ideas. And then obviously I would just throw these on some card bases. Probably add some sequins or gems. On this one, I will just go back with a black Sharpie marker and draw the lines to the ornaments. But you can have a play day stamping out some of the ornaments and die cutting them out, and then, you know, making a whole bunch of backgrounds with the hot foiling and sentiments, and then they all go very well together. I know this greenery doesn't exactly go with this, but we're going to tuck it in there anyway. Okay. So there we go, using the new release from Simon Hurley and Spellbinders. We have the Geo Snowflake Glimmer plate for the background. We have the Joyful Christmas Glimmer Sentiments, which I also use the dies with the brand new halftone holiday stamp and matching dies. All right, so I'll put the links for everything down below. If you have any questions, ask me down below in the comments. Everything will be in the description for you, so make sure you click the little arrow under the video to get to the description if you want links to all of these things. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hopefully you learned something to help you make your holiday cards this year. Thanks for watching, guys, and keep on stamping and foiling. Bye-bye.